What's going on, PC fam? Welcome to Chill with Chill. This is another beautiful Wednesday we got going on. What's up, Chill Town?
Hey man, we back in effect, Big Ox. We keeping that we keeping the oil burning around here, B. That's what we do.
Yeah.
We keeping
No
you
doubt,
guys informed, keeping the content coming. That's what we doing.
Mm-hmm. Mid-season or in-season tournament going on. Feels as close to the playoffs as it can feel. I mean, we having conversations on the panel whether or not this is, playoff implications, playoff atmosphere. So the fact that we even having those conversations let me know how serious this tournament is.
It is, y'all. It is. And to be honest, Big Ox, when you said the playoff implications, the playoff atmosphere is the implication. Just the fact of how wild it is and how lively and how wild the crowd is. That Indiana Celtics game. This is a prelude to what the playoffs is going to look like. I said this to you a couple of days ago, Big Ox. That looked like game 3 of the East semifinals. That's what it looked like. The Pacers, they can't go down. They can't go down 3-0, and they got to defend their home floor. That's what that atmosphere looked like. And I think it gives teams an idea of what the playoffs are going to look like. So if and when you do make the playoffs, now you got a better idea of what it's going to look like, and not just what it's going to look like, how you going to react to it. So I think this is great. Big Ox, I wasn't in favor of the mid-season tournament or the in-season tournament because I'm trying to figure out where do we go now from here? Because we got to get back to the regular season, Big Ox. I mean, it ain't like, this the end of the season and this is the playoffs. No, this is only a couple of games in the middle of the season. Where do we go from here? Like, this is like Michael Jackson rocking in the middle of the award shows. Like, who goes on after Michael Jackson?
Right.
Like, man. Right. Who go on after him?
That's what I was kind of saying earlier today, like about when Dub was saying we need another one in January. It's like, I don't know. I'm not sure about that just because it's like we got to regroup.
Right.
And this is important. This is important to the teams that are still involved. And this was important to the teams that were involved that's already eliminated. Like to the Kings, to us, it was important. It's no longer important. We lost. Now we got to keep our minds right. Okay, we still got to get to the playoffs, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Right. Let's focus in. That was that. You know what I'm saying? But hey, now that's for the Pacers. That's for the Bucks. That's for the Lakers. That's for the Pelicans. This is no longer for us no more. We got to be able to disconnect from that. Chill. You know what I wanted to ask you earlier today? I never got around to asking you. Was this? How many years does this have to be? Is it going to take 5 years, 10 years? How many years of this in-season tournament is there going to have to be for it to start mattering in resumes, accolades? How many years is it going to take until this matters in the who's better conversation? Like until it's that serious.
If the competition keeps up like this, and I mean, I can appreciate the incentive. 500,000 is 500,000, 100%. I get that.
Sure.
But if the competition level keeps up like this for another 2, 3, 4, 5, like you just said, maybe 5 seasons, maybe a little bit longer, because again, when you're talking about being great, a lot of that has to do with how long were you great. So if you were an in-season tournament MVP and it started, and in a decade you were the in-season tournament MVP 4 times, and your team was in the Final Four, I don't know, 7 of those 10 years, and the competition level was like this, I think it's going to start to matter. It's just starting now, so we don't really know what it is because it's new. But because of the competition level, if this kept up for another decade, it would start to matter more. It would definitely start to matter more than it just being a side note. Because as of right now, I mean, as popular as it is, it still is new. So we don't really know how people are gonna, how they're gonna gravitate toward this in another 2 years. It's a big deal right now. Now we may see them up the incentive. We may even have something where there's another in-season tournament, or they may move this in-season tournament, push it a little bit further into the season. That way, it could be closer to the playoffs, and you can get a bigger buzz, something like that. But if the competition level keeps up the way this is right now for a decade, yes, this will definitely matter. Especially, Big Ox, especially if we get the NBA champion out of this. If we get the NBA champion out of the in-season tournament, it's gonna be an even bigger deal, because what it does is it legitimizes the in-season tournament. So
what do you mean? What do you mean by that? Like, if we get the champion out of it.
So for example, let's say Sacramento, your boys are in the Final Four. Let's just say your boys are in the Final Four, and your boys end up winning the in-season tournament, but then you get bounced in the first round,
right?
And then 2 years later, you're in the Final Four again, and then you get bounced in the first round again. But
gotcha.
if y'all in the in-season tournament 2 years from now, and then a year later you win the NBA championship, but you don't win the in-season tournament, but you're in the Final Four, now it legitimizes y'all, because it makes you a bigger deal than what you already are, because this in-season tournament is now not a gimmick. Yo, wait a minute. It's kind of like, you're a big college basketball fan, Big Ox. Why is the Maui Invitational such a big deal? Because the national champion won the Maui Invitational. So teams want to go to the Maui Invitational, not just because it's in Hawaii. Don't get me wrong, that helps. But the fact that UConn is in the national championship, but they won the Maui Invitational. If you're in the in-season tournament and you end up winning it, and then you go on to win the NBA championship, it legitimizes what the tournament is.
So of these 4 teams, we got the Bucks, Pacers, Pelicans, Lakers. Are the Bucks and you got the Lakers contenders, or just the Bucks? Of these 4 teams, which four of them are contenders?
In the Eastern Conference, I have the Bucks as a contender. In the Western Conference, I do have the Lakers as a contender, and I think I think the Bucks and the Lakers are going to end up playing for the in-season tournament championship.
Okay, so if the Bucks win this and then win the championship, then is that a quick validation for this tournament?
I think it gives it more validity, but because it's still new, we really don't know how people are going to gravitate towards it later on. But if the NBA champion comes out of it right now, it does give it some validity, and it makes it more competitive, because the NBA champion won the in-season tournament. So now next year, you got the in-season tournament again. So not only are you competing to win the in-season tournament, and Big Ox, you're competing not only against the in-season tournament champion, you're competing against the NBA champion.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking to myself, well, if Denver ended up making the Final Four, well, again, it's still new, so we don't know what it is. But if Denver made the in-season tournament playoff, the Final Four, and then they won it, and then they go on to win the NBA championship again this year, I think it puts more validity on the in-season tournament, and I feel like it'll make it more competitive, because next year, Denver, not only are they the back-to-back NBA champions, well, they're the team to beat in the in-season tournament too, because they won that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Welcome everybody that's still getting in here. Make sure you like this video, share this video, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Also, you see this QR codes in the corner of your screen, bottom left, bottom right. Make sure you scan those. Check out the merch we dropped. Great stuff. You can, it's all different types of things. Go in there, check out, see what you like. Make sure to grab something for you. It's a good Christmas gift too. Grab something for your people. Let me see. We got a super chat from Huncho Dre. OG, can you see AD making All NBA or DPOY?
I thought he should have been an All NBA performer last year, and I thought he should have been a definite on the All League defensive team last year. But the fact that he only played 56 games, I thought that was a little tricky. I could definitely see him being an All NBA performer again this year. He should be. And the Defensive Player of the Year, I'm still an Evan Mobley guy. I feel like Evan Mobley, he's in the top 10 in the league in challenge 2-pointers, challenge 3-pointers. He's in the top 10 in the league in blocks. Cleveland does need to be better defensively, but as far as Anthony Davis, you can make a legit argument that he's the best defensive player in the game. Yes. You definitely make that argument.
Yeah, I would say so. Showtime, let's not keep him waiting. There's something that wanted you to drop today.
Yeah.
You said you had it prepared. Chip, do you have a top 25 list of players in the game today?
A top 25 list of players in the game today. I do, to be honest with you. Yes,
And
I do.
You have it ranked from 25 to 1? Is it in order?
In order. So at 25.
Chat, are y'all ready for this list? Because I'm gonna pull it up on the. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in there with you, Chilltown. Let me see. Let me see. And let's not waste no time, Chilltown. You know, we like to usually give it in sections. Let's just give it all straight to him. 25.
25.
Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna pull it up here.
I'll let Big Ox get to it.
Yes. Let me see. We'll go to about 125. How's that look? That should be cool. Okay, let's see. We got 25 is who?
25 is Cat. Actually, I'm sorry. I apologize. 25 is Zion Williamson.
Zion.
At 25.
Okay. Who we have at 24?
Cat.
Anthony Towns at 24. At 23, who do we got?
You're gonna not like this. Jamal Murray at 23.
Jamal Murray. 23 at 22.
At 22. Let's see who I have at 22. I have Paul George at 22.
PG. Okay.
Paul George at 22.
All right, who we got next?
At 21, I got Domantas Sabonis.
Bonus at 21. Almost cracked the top 20, Domantas. At 20.
I got Bam Adebayo.
Bam. At 19.
Leonard.
Kawhi. 18.
Lillard.
Dollar. 17.
Foxy.
MVP De'Aaron Fox. At 16.
Who do I have at 16? Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown. 15.
Anthony Edwards.
Ant-Man. Hold on 1 second. I know I'm going to have to move this down to see the rest. Let's get a quick recap before we move it. So everybody in the chat, so far, Chilltown's top from 25 to 15 reads Zion, Karl Anthony Towns, Jamal Murray, Paul George, Domantas Sabonis, Bam Adebayo, Kawhi Leonard at 19, Dame Dollar at 18, De'Aaron Fox at 17, Jaylen Brown at 16, and none other than Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards at 15. Okay, let me see. Let me move this list up. Now we will get started on 14 down. Chilltown, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Who do I have at 14?
Yep.
Who am I thinking about? I'm sorry. Trae Young at 14. Actually, I had that flipped around. I'm sorry. I had that wrong. Who do I have at 14? I got Tyrese Halliburton right now at 14.
Tyrese at 14 cracks the top 15 list.
Tyrese Halliburton. Yes, he does.
Okay.
Tyrese Halliburton. At 13, I have who do I have at 13? Buckets at 13.
Jimmy Buckets at 13.
13. I got buckets.
12.
At 12, I have. Who I have at 12? Who I have at 12? Let me see here. I want to make sure I got my list right, Big Ox.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I want to make sure that I got my list right. I got buckets at 12. Anthony Davis at 12.
AD at 12. So you said Trae at 14.
No.
Is Trae in here?
Who?
Trae Young. Is he on
Trae
the
Young.
list?
No. I had that wrong.
Okay. AD at 12.
I actually got that wrong. Not AD. AD is not at 12. No, he's higher than that. AD is actually higher than that. Who do I have at 12? SGA. That's who I have at 12.
SGA gets 12. Almost got to the top 10. Not quite yet.
SGA
number
is at
11.
12. Is Book at number 11.
Devin Booker. At 10.
There's Donovan Mitchell.
Mitch. At 9, I mean.
Anthony Davis.
AD.
Kevin Durant is at 8.
KD.
James is at 7.
Bron. At 7.
James is at 7. Embiid is at 6.
Joel.
Jason Tatum is at 5.
JT.
Jason Tatum is at 5. Curry is at 4.
Chef Curry.
Luka is at 3.
Luka.
Giannis is at 2.
Giannis and
Joker's at number 1.
Joker.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So here y'all have it. We'll go from the top. Chill's top 25. Y'all heard it here first. We have Zion, Karl Anthony Towns, Jamal Murray, Paul George, DeMontis Sabonis, Bam at 20. At 19, we have Kawhi, Dame Dollar, De'Aaron Fox, Jaylen Brown, and Anthony Edwards at 15. Then we go Tyrese Halliburton, Jimmy Butler, SGA, Devin Booker, and Donovan Mitchell at 10. Then we go Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Joel Embiid, and Jason Tatum at 5. Then 4, Steph Curry. 3, Luka Doncic. 2, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And number 1, the best player in the NBA, according to Chilltown, Nikola Jokic.
Yep. And I have Luka and Jason Tatum still like this, but the way Luka playing right now, I can't deny it, and I have to put him ahead of him right now. I do feel like that these two are going to do this all season. I really feel like that. I do. I feel like these two are going to do this all season long. All season.
Yeah. Well, chat, y'all seen the list? Let's look over it again. Give you a couple of chances to look it over. Now, chat, y'all go ahead and get in the chat. Let us know what you think about Chill's top 25.
I got that Tyrese Halliburton. I'm not. I didn't love it. I think I'm a prisoner of the moment right now, and the fact that I don't have Trae Young in here is something that I'm struggling with, because I feel like Trae Young is a top 25 player, maybe even a top 20 player. So guys like Tyrese Halliburton and Kawhi Leonard, like Kawhi Leonard, I'm having a tough time with Kawhi Leonard still being in the top 20, but Kawhi Leonard still being in the top 20, but I'm struggling with that right now. I am. I really am struggling with that. And the fact that Trae Young, I don't have him in the top 25, and Tyrese is in the top 20, is in the top 15. I think I'm being a prisoner of the moment. I do. I think I'm being a prisoner of the moment right now, and I'm going to get off that. I am. I'm definitely going to get off that. I am. Because Trae Young has definitely done enough for me. Trae Young has definitely done enough for me to be Trae Young has definitely done enough for me to be a top 25 player. But the way that these guys have been playing, it's hard for me to keep them off the list. Very difficult.
Yeah, I just Trae not in there, Jamal Murray being in there, Chitchat, that might be the one.
I think that's the guy I got to take out. I think I got to take Jamal Murray out. Jamal Murray is the guy that got to come off the list. And Trae Young, I think what I'm seeing with Jamal Murray is the fact that that he was on an NBA champion and he was playing so good coming out of the gate, but the fact that he got hurt and Trae has been, I think, at 27, 28 again. I think he's like 27 a game, 27 and 10 guy, and he's the sole reason why Atlanta is rolling the way that they're rolling right now. I'm having a struggle with that. I think Jamal Murray may have to come off that list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Jamal Murray might have to come off that list and Trae Young go on there. But I understand right now why I did that, because again, I'm talking about an NBA champion who was rolling coming out the gate. So yes.
Right, I can see that. FIFA Boy wants to know, did y'all have the Mavs coming out of the West in the 2000s before the season? I'm assuming he's talking about that 2011. Was it maybe that 2011 championship he's talking about? Is he asking?
I don't know. I don't know when he's talking about, to be honest with you, because
have you ever had Dallas coming out of the West?
Any year? No, I didn't. As long as San Antonio was running around, as long as Phoenix was running around, I did not have Dallas. I didn't have Dallas beating Phoenix in 06 in the West Finals. I did not have that. I did not have them beating them. Nope. I thought they were gonna lose to Phoenix, and I thought Phoenix was going to the finals that year. I did not have Dallas coming out of the West. Even the year that they were the number one seed in 07, I still wasn't sure that they was coming out of the West, considering what San Antonio did. I mean, they won 65, 66 or 67 games that year. So,
Okay. Let's see what Devion has to say about today's show so far. Devion, get ready. We're pulling you up right now.
What up,
Devion?
Yo, what's up? How y'all doing?
What up?
All right,
what up?
How are you?
So the biggest disagreement I got easily is you got JB over on De'Aaron Fox. I'm trying to figure out, especially this season, how do you have JB over De'Aaron Fox?
Well, the availability issue, the fact that he was hurt and JB wasn't hurt, and JB's been playing, and with him being in the lineup, the Celtics is winning and he rolling. Availability matters when you're talking about guys being better. Being better. I can appreciate the logic of guys being better at basketball, but availability matters. And if you're not available, this is one of the main reasons why Sacramento isn't as good as they could be, because they don't have De'Aaron Fox for the entire time. If they had De'Aaron Fox for this whole season and he missed 7 or 8 games, I think he missed something like that, almost a month. So if he played more, and I think that he would, I think that he would be higher than what he is now. I could say the same thing about Jamal Murray, but Jamal Murray, that's why he's as low as he is on the list. That's exactly why he's as low as he is on the list. And the fact that he came in as the NBA champ and they was rolling, and then he got hurt not too long ago, and how they've suffered since he got hurt. Yeah.
I mean, I get what you mean if you want to go off injury, but I think JB, he's been a third option on his team. KP been playing better than him on his team as far as this year. He also been up and down. He haven't been as consistent as he can be. He haven't took a bigger step as he should have as far as De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox, last year he played great all-star level. This year he playing MVP level. I understand him missing games. He's also a number one option. So JB being a number 2/3 option, I take that into account as far as De'Aaron being a number one option.
Right.
So him doing what he's doing in his time playing, he playing better than him in his time playing, regardless of him missing games or whatever. Because I feel like JB also just he having a bit of a down season. He also taking a little step back because he got Drew Holiday and KP trying to find his role or whatever. But I think just this year, De'Aaron Fox, he's just playing at a too high of a level to overlook him. Jaylen Brown playing better than him.
And and again, this is the tentative list, and we're gonna have a conversation about this again in a month, because I think it's gonna change. And the reason why is because De'Aaron Fox hopefully will be in the lineup more, and with him being in the lineup more, I think Sacramento is going to be better. I'm also going off the strength that Jaylen Brown is going to play better. I've always thought I've always had a problem with people who have Jaylen Brown is outside the top 25. I'm like, yo, there's no way you can't name me 25 players or 20 players better than Jaylen Brown. No, you can't. And because what he's been doing on this Boston Celtics team, even though he has been up and down in some stretches this year, with him doing what he's doing, even though the stretch is what it is, I still think he's a top 20 player.
I definitely get that. I just don't think he over De'Aaron Fox. Especially this season. I also think you having Cat over Zion, I feel like it's close, but I feel like I'll have Zion because they both just provide offense. They don't provide nothing else. But Zion, his playmaking been better this year. I feel like he's taking a bigger step in as far as being a team-oriented player. Like, his numbers might not look better, but I think he looked better this year as far as over Cat. Like, their team is playing better. Like, I can't deny like how good the Timberwolves playing or whatever. But I think for what they provide, I think I'll take Zion over Cat.
Well, Cat has been much better defensively this year, and that's largely due to him being healthy. So don't forget last year, it was an adjustment period, him playing with Rudy. He had never played with a big like that before for that period of time. So Rudy primarily plays on the block. He plays in the post. He's a rim protector. Defensively, he never had anybody like that. So now he gets to move to the 4 and gets to understand the 4 a lot better. Because he's done that, he's done a great job defensively. So I think he's jumped Zion. I don't think that those two defensively are a comparison. And offensively, it's obvious how much his game has progressed with Rudy on the team, with him playing with Rudy in the double, with him dumping the ball down to Rudy, him playing that 2-man with Rudy. I think it's been substantially better. This is the duo that I expected to see last season before Cat missed 54 games.
I definitely understand that. It is close. Like, I'm not saying like one of them clear the other one, but if it was me, just for what they provide, I think if I just take Zion just by a little bit. But that's all I really got. But definitely just the JB over Fox. I'll definitely take Fox.
Mm-hmm. All right.
All right, Debbie. I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate y'all letting me up, man.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good talking to Debbie on always. Okay, who we got next? Let's see who we got back here.
Shut up, punk. What's up, boy? You scared now?
Scared.
You scared? December 23rd, right? You scared?
You know what it is. You know
I can
what
pull
it
up
is.
at any time.
Put your
pop up like the Candyman. I can pop up like the Candyman.
And you're going to get wiped off. You're going to get wiped out, too. You're going to get wiped right out, too.
I can pop up like the Candyman. Come out of nowhere.
You're going to get wiped out. Like the Candyman, yeah? The boogeyman show up, and then all of a sudden, the boogeyman get wiped right out. That's what it is. And on the 23rd, you're going to get wiped out again.
Like I said, I can pop up like the Undertaker. And you know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? If you rest in peace, boy, I'm going to make you rest in peace. I'm going to make you rest in peace. I'm playing with you, right?
You're going to get body slammed.
You think I'm playing with you, right? You have been able to escape the wrath because you've been able to smooth on through all them little jabronis. But I'm telling you right now, dog. You really think I'm playing with you, bro? It's going to be me and you. I'm telling you. You ain't going to be able to have your help. You ain't going to be able to have them other little dry dudes running their mouth, crying and whining like little babies talking about tickets dominant. When December 23rd comes, Chump, I'm going to show you how dominant I really am because I am the standard around here. You understand what I'm saying? I'm the standard around here, right? And them other fools, they got to hold their own kahunas now. Since they don't like the talking and all this other stuff, they don't like the, well, nah.
And you're going to have to hold yours too. You're going to have to hold your homies too.
Yeah,
you're going to have to come off the rope too. You're going to get clothesline too. I'm telling you right now. I've heard all the nonsense from you once or twice, 3 times, 4 times. And I've given you the business. I will definitely body slam you.
I've heard all the cap from you. I've heard the cap, bro. I've heard the cap. I already know your talking point. I know your talking point, and I know your cap.
Don't worry about it. I'm going to destroy you.
I'm going to tell you something, Chilltown. You look smart around dumb people. So these other little boys you be debating every day, they ain't on my level, and you know that. So you look smart around him.
And you ain't on my level, Ticket. You keep talking about they ain't on your level, and you ain't on mine. That's what we're talking about. You ain't on my level.
Hold on. So then we got to find out. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you the biggest secret known to mankind. Everybody knows that Elder got cheated when he cooked you already. But see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I'm going to finish the job and make sure that they can't be no cheating from the refs, from the crowd, from the people. They're going to get behind you with their little pom-poms. Chill. And I'm going to smack all of that foolishness down. You're going to see that,
and the same thing's going to happen. The exact opposite is going to happen when I see you. Because
I'm going to tell y'all.
all the pom-pom ticket fans and loud talking ticket fans.
I'm gonna tell y'all how much
when I destroy your king, right? When I destroy your king like Wakanda, when I destroy him and I say everybody's face, is this your king?
Okay.
This right here is your king.
I'm sitting here listening to your foolishness, and I'm sitting here running your mouth, sitting here talking about some Jaylen Brown is rated higher than De'Aaron Fox this season. See, this is the type of foolishness you push over here, and you get away with that because I ain't around. See, when I'm not around, you can get away with saying dumb stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? All them games that Jaylen Brown disappeared in this year and been put on a milk cart, man, making $300 million and don't even look like a $300 million man out there. Meanwhile, the dude you talking about is getting underpaid. You want to use the fact that he missed a couple of games to put him under Jaylen Brown.
He missed plenty of time, and the reason why they ain't as good.
The time he was in, he still cleared that board. And the time he was in,
and the time that Jaylen Brown, and the fact that Jaylen Brown there's a reason why they the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Number 1.
Why is that?
Because of him and Jason Tatum.
No, it ain't because of him. Hold on, it ain't because of him. It's
absolutely it is. 100%.
It's because of what Porzingis was doing. It's because of what Tatum and what Porzingis mainly was doing.
So, you know, Tatum been out the lineup. Not Tatum. I'm sorry. Porzingis been out the lineup too. So it ain't like they've had Porzingis.
He just went out the lineup.
He went out the lineup weeks ago. It ain't like he went out yesterday.
He was already first place.
So just know that.
Okay, chill. I'm gonna let you know what you know. I just want to give you a reminder
right here, and I'm gonna destroy him. I'm gonna destroy
Hey, look. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. If all y'all really believe in this dude, right? Put y'all money behind this man.
That's what we got to do.
Put y'all money behind this man, dog.
Put your money up.
He'll try to get away with this because he get to cry and whine and talk that fake smart talk with jabronis. But when he got to get in there with a real one, it ain't going down like that. When he got to get in there with me, I'll tell you that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, chill. You gonna see Bobby?
All right, well, y'all heard it here first. Get ready for the 23rd.
Get ready, man. Hey,
23rd is going down.
I'm not playing no games with you, dog. I'm your worst nightmare. You better believe that, bro.
I'm yours.
I might pop up. You look over your shoulder, I might pop up.
And then what's going to happen is not only are you going to pop up, then I'm going to pop off, and that's what's going to happen.
Okay, 50 Cent.
I'm going to pop off. That's
okay, Bobby, go ahead and bring the next person up so Chill can act like he's smart.
That's going to be
all right. Tick, appreciate you pulling up. Hey, Chill, he popping up like the boogeyman. He's trying to catch you. Catch you off your pivot, Chill Town.
Nah, that ain't gonna happen. No, that is not gonna happen. Not.
Okay, let's see who else we got up here.
Mm-hmm.
Leaf Diggy.
What up?
I'm gonna get right to it. I was going to get on your ass about that.
I have De'Aaron Fox, by the way. Big odds.
You got De'Aaron Fox sitting behind Jaylen Brown for some reason.
You got De'Aaron Fox at 17.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Keep going. I ain't gonna get on that, man. Tick. That's what Ticket for. Mm-hmm. I didn't answer your question last night. You did between SGA and Donovan Mitchell. You said what was the separator? The separator, in my opinion, well, I ain't gonna say in my opinion, it's actually fact. Out of the 6 players that was averaging 31 last year, you know how many of them were shooting over 50%?
Just
3.
Him?
3.
Right.
That was him, Giannis, and the MVP of the league, Joel Embiid.
Okay.
That's one. Number 2.
Okay.
Hold on, wait. Before you blast it, just know that the production slightly better. The eye test, to me, in terms of the last 365 days, slightly better. You know what I'm saying? Well, I already gave you all that scoring, playmaking, defending, all across the board, bro. Like, to me, in the last 365 days, going back to last year all the way to this year, I think SGA has been substantially a better basketball player than Donovan Mitchell.
But everything that you just told me that he was slightly better, and you just said that slightly better than everything.
Yeah, that means he got the edge.
Better. You just told me substantially better and then slightly better, and then which one is it? Is he substantially better or is he slightly better?
I think with all the things that he's slightly better at, all the categories that he's slightly better at, makes him substantially better.
Well, you can't do that.
Substantially better in the last 365 days. That's all I'm going on.
No, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing that. Because if you're slightly better than me at a couple of things, that doesn't make you substantially better than me overall. No, it doesn't. No, that does not. That logic doesn't work, Leaf. No.
I don't understand how it doesn't, bro. I already gave you the production argument. I already gave you the eye test thing. But like, if you're looking for more, like, other than that, only thing he got over him is team success.
So let me make sure I'm understanding this. So again, he averaged 31. Donovan Mitchell averaged 28. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Donovan Mitchell shot a career high for in field goal percentage last year.
So did he.
And Donovan Mitchell shot almost 40% from the three last year. Donovan Mitchell shot his highest free throw percentage last year. He was on a team that was a play-in team the year before, and they ended up a top 5 seed in the East with the best defense in the league. So with that 28 a game, I think that makes what was going on. And this is also a play-in team in the Oklahoma City Thunder. Oklahoma City Thunder. I think last year they was a play-in team. So they were a playing team last year. What are they right now? 4th or 5th in the Western Conference?
Yeah, I think like top.
Yeah, fourth or fifth in the Western Conference. So the defense between Donovan Mitchell and SGA, I don't think it's substantially better. I do think that SGA may have the edge. He is bigger. I think he is rangier. But in terms of Donovan Mitchell being a defender, I think he's a solid defender. I think the point production is there. I think that's slightly better from SGA. But I think in the postseason, I don't know who SGA is. And I'm not putting a dude ahead of another dude because I haven't seen you in the postseason. I saw him get hurt in that play-in game. That's what I saw. I saw him get hurt in the play-in game.
Right. We did see him get hurt in the playing game.
So until I see him produce in the postseason, I'm not jumping on the SGA train like that. I think he is a fantastic player. I think he's absolutely in the conversation between 7 and 11 or 8 and 12. I think he's in that conversation. But I'm not jumping off the bridge and saying that a guy is substantially better than a guy who hasn't done nearly as much as this guy, even though Donovan Mitchell still is producing at an all-NBA. Is still producing at an all-NBA level, still in addition to what he's doing in the playoffs. I haven't seen anything from this dude in the postseason.
I mean,
Leaf,
go ahead, Randy.
Real quick. Is Chill not right for just saying that? I mean, it's like saying it's okay. It's like saying, oh, my kid's gonna be a good driver, but you've never seen him behind the wheel of a car before. So
you've actually seen him behind the wheel of a car. You've never seen him on the freeway though.
That's true. You've seen him in city traffic. You never seen him on the freeway.
Yeah. Well, the thing about that, two things could be true. Remember, the only thing I was really realistically judging off was the regular season sample size because that's all we have to equally put them both on. In terms of the regular season.
No, we don't. No, we do not.
But we do because SGA don't have no playoff sample size. That's why.
And that's a you issue. Then you can't talk to me then. That's a you problem. I've been in the postseason. You haven't. That's a you problem. That's not a me problem.
I'm not going to penalize the guy.
That's more of a team success thing.
Leaf. You can't penalize one person, to use Chill's analogy.
I'm not penalizing them, bro. I'm just making it an equal playing field. That's it.
Leaf. I'm not going to give you bonus points because I've been driving on the freeway for a while and you haven't. Like if you've never been on the freeway before, I can't project that. You at least see where Chill's coming from.
I do see where Chill is coming from, but I'm talking about when we compare players, we comparing them from the time they played 82 game season to another 82 game season. That's what
we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that. No, why do you think Joker the best player on the planet? Because it's just because of the regular season? No, that's not going on. Why do you think Curry is a top 5 player? You think it's just because of the regular season? No, that's not the way that works. Why do you think James is still in the top 10? You think it's just because of the regular season?
My thing is I like to just keep things equal. That's just my standpoint on it.
Okay, and I appreciate the equal part. Here's the difference, though. If it's equal, though, Leaf, it has to be equal on both ends. You have to do what I did. Now, if SGA got 3 or 4 playoff appearances, now we can have a conversation. You ain't never been to the playoffs.
That's true.
We don't know what you've done in the postseason. We don't know what you've done in the postseason. What you're doing is you're judging his sample size off of him, what he's done in the regular season, and as a basketball player. You're not judging off what he's done in the postseason because there is no postseason. Your resume doesn't match up to mine simply off the strength that you haven't been in the postseason and I haven't seen you do anything in the postseason. We can have a different conversation in a couple of years, but as of right now, no.
Well, I think that based on the last 365 days, I would take SGL over Donovan Mitchell.
As a basketball player. That's what you're doing as a basketball player.
And that's fine. But to get to another thing, Bobby, I understand exactly why you don't want no parts in the New Orleans Pelicans, bro. And I saw it in that game the other night. Y'all couldn't stop a damn thing. That was ridiculous. Like I'm looking at that game from start to finish, and obviously y'all was making a conscious effort to take the ball out of Zion here. He only had 10 points. Every time y'all seen him, y'all put up some type of wall and then threw another defender at him. The problem was Brandon Ingram. Like realistically, in the others, bro, like BI, like in that second half, he couldn't miss. I'm like looking at him like, yo, they got to stop trading buckets with this dude. Like, they ain't gonna win this game. But
facts. But that's definitely what I've been saying for a little while and shit. And I'm happy everybody sees it. But what's good though, Randall?
So I was actually chill. I want to talk to you about the in-season tournament. It's a lot better than I think even I was prepared to say it was in terms of I think the NBA's done a good job of making it like, hey, the change of the courts is a good idea. I don't like most of the designs, but the thing is just the fact that all right, like even like for someone like my mom, if she just happens to be on like at the crib or something, she's like, oh, this is what's up with this? And I tell her this is the in-season tournament game. The only question is now that it's coming to an end, how does the NBA make this better?
Transition.
You know what? You know what? And I heard Chilltown ask this question, and the thing is, man, like, and I get so angry.
Hold on, Leaf. Let Chilltown answer the question, bro.
Yeah, because then I had some ideas I want to throw your way as well.
Hold on one second, Leaf. We're gonna get back to you.
Well, 2 points. Number one, that's who the NBA is after. Your mother, the person who was walking by the TV and, hey, what is this? What's going on here? That's who the NBA is actually after because we already on the hook. You on the hook. I'm on the hook. We're going to watch anyway. These are the people that they're actually after. That's why they bring out the courts and stuff like that because they're trying to attract that fan. Now, how do they make this more interesting? Well, I think that the in-season tournament, I think it's creating more. I think it's bringing rivalries back. So like Indiana and Milwaukee, the Knicks and the Boston Celtics. So when you got the in-season tournament and the stakes are a little bit higher, when you get to the regular season, this is a prelude to the playoffs. So that Boston Celtic game, that Brooklyn Knick game that wasn't probably that big of a deal in January. Well, if these two saw each other in the Final Four in the in-season tournament, they might see each other in the playoffs. So when you see each other in February and you remember what happened in the in-season tournament, we can hype that up even more and maybe have these guys playing closer to each other, whether it's after the play-in tournament or right before the playoffs, to continue to get that, to continue to have that budding rivalry just fire like it is, as opposed to just letting the regular season be what it is.
Well, there was I was listening to a few sports podcasts, and one of them asked this question: how long is just the 500,000 the only kind of tangible benefit that these teams can? What else can you add? Bill Simmons threw out like a playoff spot. I said nah, because as much as I'm loving watching Indiana, because I try to do. Remember, I said I was going to watch more Detroit Pistons basketball. I give them 5 games. I said, look, I can't do this because I want to be able to at one point come up to chill and talk basketball. If we're only talking Detroit basketball, like there's only so much.
It's not going to work, Random. It's not. It's definitely it's something that went wide left real fast.
So what tangible can? I don't think a playoff spot is a good idea, but is there anything else tangible they can give? Do they also do like the MVP of the tournament? Do they give out awards like that, or do they say
yes? The MVP. There's the MVP of the in-season tournament. Is the money
defensive player there?
There's not a defense. I don't think there's a defensive player. I think that there's a all tournament, kind of like what they had in the bubble. I think that there's an all tournament team too. Yeah, I think that there's an all tournament team too. That could also be an incentive. Just stuff like that, and maybe as time goes on, raise the purse. So that 500,000 600,000. That's 600,000 goes to $750,000. And when you're doing stuff like that, I mean, again, we see what these teams are doing. And you heard LeBron say, 500,000. Let's go get that. And then Giannis just yesterday, I think it was either yesterday or the day before yesterday, when Giannis was saying, are we playing for money? Yeah. So I mean, it's definitely realistic to raise the
Is money the only thing that realistically should be on the line here, besides obviously the accolades and the ultimate team? Anything else that the NBA can add for real? Because the playoff spot seems really crazy. Like for instance, like if Boston or LA wins, right? You like to believe that they're going to be in the playoffs. What are you saying? Like, if they're the second seed, do they get the 1 seed? Because that sounds crazy. Because that says, okay, if the Nuggets have the better record, but LA won the tournament, they're automatically the 1 seed. So with the Nuggets, like, then why are we trying so hard? So that's why I'm sitting there asking if there's any other tangible benefit they can make.
I don't like the idea of automatically giving a team a playoff spot because you take out the incentive and what you do is you minimize the regular season. So I don't think that they're going to do that. I don't like that at all. The thing that I think about why this is as competitive as it is, one of the main reasons is number one, where it is, and number two, the purse price. So this $500,000, and this is $500,000 each. This isn't $500,000 that we got to dice up.
I did not know that. I did not know that.
Yeah, it was $500,000 each.
The ninth man,
that 12th guy on the bench, like, look, LeBron, I'm not saying I need it, but I need it.
Absolutely.
No, I'm saying I need it. If you're at
but
the end of the beach, you need it, Random. You need it.
But here's the thing: the 12th guy on the bench, bro, he just riding in the car. Like, he don't care, but like, he co-signing, bro. Like, the other players that they looking like, yo, I could use an extra $500K, but I was gonna get to real something.
Even if I'm making $30 million, $500,000
is a lot of money. Yeah, it is.
A lot of
but
bread. If you raise the purse, I think that helps even more.
We got to move on though. We didn't have.
But last point, bro. In terms of the games, I was very entertained all the way up until the Lakers game, man. Then I got disgusted, obviously. But
man, they're just bad calls all the time. What do you want us to do?
I don't want to hear that, Randy. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
That's what happens. No.
Don't try to tell me that, bro. We watched LeBron James call a timeout without the ball.
On Saturday.
We saw that.
All right, y'all. Appreciate it. But man, where were we? Yes. That got exciting there for a moment or two. Let me see who hit. Oh, so what happened to Sturdy? I guess Sturdy felt some friction on the panel. He didn't want no parts of that. You know. Let me see though. We got Tim Hobbs back here. What's up, Tim?
What up, though?
What up?
What's going on, man?
By the way, what up, though? That's a derivative, Big Ox, from Jersey, because we say what up, yo. So Detroit, they came in the what up, though. So they extended it. It was what up. It started in Jamaica. That's where it started. And went from Jamaica to New York when Jamaicans would say, yo, what's up, yo? And then it filtered over to Jersey. And then in Detroit, then they added the dough instead of yo. But anyway.
What's going on, y'all, though, man? How y'all
feeling? What up?
What's going on? So, Uncle Chill, I got a question, though, man. And Leaf, man, he really brought it to my attention. So what you basing this list off of?
What do you mean? What am I basing it on? I'm basing this list off of what guys are doing, not just this year, what they've done in the past, what they've done in the postseason, what they've and my list gets my list gets a little mixed up. I'm not loving that Tyrese. I think I'm a prisoner of the moment of that Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, because that's where I was gonna get on you.
I think I'm a prisoner of the moment of that. I'm looking at that, and I had that on there, and I was thinking to myself, I think that I got sucked into being a prisoner of the moment with Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, because Leaf, he made a great point about the Donovan Mitchell SGA part, and then when you said postseason success, it kind of confused me because you got Tyrese over Fox, you got him over Damian Lillard.
Playoffs neither.
Right, you got him over Ant-Man. So you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like,
I think I'm a prisoner of the moment of Tyrese Halliburton. 100% I am. 100% I am. Hey, James B, get out of my live, man. Hey, Ox, get this dude out of here. I'm over him. Get him up out of here, yo. Get this dude. I'm tired of the trolling. I've had it with this dude. Get him out of here, yo. Please, get him up out of here, yo. Beat it. I'm tired of this dude. Get him up out of here. Beat it.
Yeah, that was like really like my only concerns about the list. I'm like, because like Leaf, he made a good point though about Donovan Mitchell, SGA. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Uncle Chill, he kind of confusing me because I'm like, why he got Tyrese Halliburton so high? You know what I'm saying? He never been to the playoffs, you know? So it just didn't make sense.
And you're absolutely right to call me out on that because I got caught in the
I know you got sucked into. Everybody getting sucked into.
I'm a prisoner of the moment. 100% I am. I'm a prisoner of the moment of that. And I got to get off that because Tyrese Halliburton
Everybody
has not
is,
done.
man.
Yeah, Tyrese Halliburton has not done anything in the postseason. Don't get me wrong. I love him, and I do think that at some point we're gonna have a serious conversation about him being the best point guard in the league.
Oh,
Because
no doubt about that.
what he's doing right now, he could keep doing it, right? If he could keep doing it, it's 100% realistic that he could do that. But with that being said, I'm a prisoner of the moment right now with Tyrese Halliburton, and I can't be. And I did. I'm glad you called me out on that because
no doubt.
Tyrese Halliburton will never ever be better than De'Aaron Fox.
No. And again, I'm a prisoner of the moment of that. Yes, I am.
No doubt. And you already called yourself because the first egregious thing when I looked at the list, I'm like, man, where Trae Young at?
Yes.
That was the first thing I looked at. Where is Trae Young at? You know what I'm saying? But you called yourself out on that. So, I'm like, I got to give Uncle pass. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I'm so like, man, where the hell is Trae Young at? And also, man, I got one quick question. With the way the West is right now, with the Ant, Fox, SGA, who else out there in the West? Luka. Is Jamal Murray? I honestly don't think, to me personally, I don't think Jamal Murray is ever gonna make an All-Star game in his career.
He will.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Unless it's a replacement, but over them guards, I don't think so. But let's say he doesn't though. Let's just say hypothetically he does not make an All-Star game in his career. Would he go down as one of the greatest? Would he go down as the greatest player to never make an All-Star team?
Lamar Odom, C.J. McCollum, Ron Harper, Kendall Gill. We could have that conversation. I'm not sure that in his prime he was better than Ron Harper. I don't know if he's better than Ron Harper in his prime. C.J. McCollum, is Jamal Murray in his prime better than C.J. McCollum?
I think so.
Is he better? Is he better than Lamar Odom in his prime?
That gets tricky. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Nah. But we have, but to keep it fair, that we haven't seen Jamal Murray in his prime yet. Even though he's a tremendous playoff riser, but I'm talking about over a 82 game regular season, because I think this season alone, even though he's been hurt, he's only averaging like 16 points per game this season.
Right.
How do we know that though, Tim? How do we know that we haven't seen peak Jamal?
Well, that's
because
what I'm saying.
Of the postseason success. That's all. Like in the regular season, he just like, to me, Jamal Murray is just like Jimmy Butler in the regular season. Like they coast, they have good games, they have, you know what I'm saying, great games, but it's when they get to the postseason is when they elevate. Like Jamal Murray, I believe he was averaging like 19, 20 points per game in the regular season last year before they won the championship. In the playoffs, he was averaging 27, 28.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Tim. It seems to me like you're projecting on Jamal based, but it's like he did. You remember how crazy he went in the playoffs? Was that the bubble or was that the year after? That was the bubble?
That was the bubble.
Yeah, so the bubble, he went crazy in the playoffs. Then this last year, he had a great playoff run. I'm saying, are you saying that Jamal Murray is getting better still? Or what are you saying?
Man, I honestly, man, I don't know, man. It's like he's just like Jimmy Butler to me. Honestly, I feel like he coasts through the regular season, but in the playoffs is when he elevates. So I just want to see it more in the regular season. That's all I'm saying. I want to see him average, you know what I'm saying, 23 to 26 per game in the regular season. Because I already know when the playoffs, when it's money time, I already know he gonna deliver the goods. But it's all about that regular season also. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he coasts too much in the regular season. I give him the benefit of the doubt because he has been hurt. But, you know what I'm saying? I want to see it more in the regular season. That's all. That's it. That's all. And Uncle Chill, I think SGA is I think he's better than Donovan Mitchell, but I get what you're saying too, though.
I just got to see it in the postseason. That's all. I gotta think about my list, and the thing that the biggest problem is Tyrese at 14. I'm a prisoner of the moment there. That's the one.
And no Trae Young.
That's the one right there. I gotta Tyrese at 14. Tyrese might have to come. Tyrese definitely has to move down. 100% he does. Tyrese has to move down. And Trae Young, I'm trying to figure out who I'm taking. Do I take out Tyrese and put Trae Young in?
No, hell no.
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 Well, all right, Tim. Appreciate you pulling up, fam. Catch us on Saturday.
I'm gonna get with y'all.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. All right. Sturdy, what up?
What up?
Yo, salute y'all.
What up?
Nah, they pretty chill. You know, they pretty much hit the head on the list. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally, it's hard to rank guys like even how awesome Shea been, especially last year, this year. Same thing for Hallie. I can't rank guys. I can rank those guys above guys that have playoff experience. It's hard because you and I both know Ox and Chill is like playoffs is different. The game slows down, it's more physical, and teams are game plan to beat you for almost a week and a half. It's not the same as the regular season. Despite in season, regular season, it don't matter. Nothing compared to the playoffs. So it's hard for me to put Hallie and SGA over guys like Mitchell, Booker, who proven it. Even your main man, Ant-Man, Chill, like guys that proven to be productive in the playoff. That matters to me. And to be clear, I'm not one of those guys that just say playoff translation. That's it. No. Great players are not only great in the playoffs, also great in the regular season. Part of basketball, difficulty of basketball is maintaining that high level play for a duration of time at that time. So like no other league in the world has more games. No other league has more talent. So you maintain that high level of production during the regular season 100% matters. And that's the main reason why guys get in the Hall of Fame. But to transition, Chill, I think, and you kind of touched upon this the first time on your personal channel, right? I think what they should take from the in-season tournament, right?
Mm-hmm.
The idea of the point differential. Think about this. Imagine instead of for those 7 games, right? You do the point differential for the entire season, and for every let's keep it safe. For every +5 of your point differential, that counts as a win.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
so not only you going by the overall, yeah, they do it in hockey. So like, so not only they go by the record first, but then say if there's a tie for the record, you should go by the point differential. And to me, Chill, that dismissed this crazy no unwritten rule of, if we're up by 30, we should let our feet off the gas. Last time I checked,
yes, sir.
Last time I checked, I get paid millions of dollars to play all 48 minutes of the NBA game. Like that's last time I checked. So it doesn't really change whether or not you lose by 30 or you lose by 50. It really don't. And shout out to CJ McCollum on his podcast, you know, being the president of the Players Union, keeping an eye out for the players in terms of that point differential, because right now it's a little mixed reviews, Chill. Right now it's about, at least from CJ's perspective, it's about 50-50 in terms of players in regards to the point differential. Some guys feel embarrassed. Some guys like, if you don't want us to be up by, you want to lose by 20, stop me from getting up by 20. But I just want to hear your thoughts.
That's exactly
that's what I want to hear your thoughts.
That's exactly how we get to the bottom of that. If you don't like me being up by 30, stop me from getting up by 30. And we don't have a mercy rule in basketball where, you get up by a certain amount of points, we're not going to score no more. No. If we up by 20, like why are we slowing it down? There's no reason for us to slow it down. I actually think that I think that if we had something like that, that would be an even bigger incentive for guys. Because if you figure guys, I think would play a lot harder, and I think you'd see a lot more chippiness because teams are trying to get into the playoffs, and for a fact that we need these amount of points to score. You're gonna have teams that want to be spoilers. You got teams that ain't trying to hear that. You would think that this intensity would be here for the whole season, but now we're trying to get into the playoffs, and we don't want you to get to 110, and we can't lose by this many. So you're gonna have guys that play a little bit harder. I actually like the idea of the point differential, but to your point about playoff translation, where do we do that at? In the regular season is where you build the legend. In the postseason is where you elevate the legend. So with that being said, there's nowhere where we rank guys, and like I said, I'm on record right now with the list that I made. I got sucked into the Tyrese Halliburton propaganda, and I'm a prisoner of the moment. And I'm going to pull Tyrese Halliburton off this list, or he's definitely going to move down before we're done here, because I got sucked into the Tyrese Halliburton propaganda. And I think that Trae Young should be on this list. But with that being said, when you are what I care about when I care about players, I don't care about what you just did. Again, I made the mistake of Tyrese Halliburton being caught in being a prisoner of the moment. But for the majority of these guys, it's based on what you've done over the course of how long you've been around. Over the course of how long you've been around, the majority of these guys, that's what it is. Now, you have favorite players, but for the majority of these guys, Jaylen Brown has had great runs in the postseason. This dude averaged 27-7 last year. 27-7. Don't get me wrong. They lost in the East Finals, but he wasn't terrible in the playoffs. He was good in the playoffs. And the year before that, they were in the NBA Finals. That matters to me. That matters, the fact that you're doing it consistently. You in the postseason and you're not flaming out.
That's 100% true, Chill. But let me talk my shit a little bit. Let me talk my shit a little bit, Chill. Ox, you see how Chill already got Bam Bus bonus, right? You see that already, right? I'm just letting you know, Ox. That's a preview of what's gonna happen this Saturday. I'm just letting you know. All right, like Chill. In case you aren't familiar, me and Ox got a debate this Saturday on Lamar's channel on two I think good topics: Bam versus the bonus, and what's the most important stat in basketball. Ox got rebounded. I think it's turnovers. Both are extremely important, but let's see what that argument takes us. But Chill, on a real note, I want to pick a ball with you, brother. I've been nothing but respectful, Chill, and I've been asking for a debate for months against you, brother. But you telling me, and when I watch the panel every day by that mind, every time a guy disrespects you in the chat, you invite him to the debate. You invite him like, and I quote, "If you don't like what I'm saying, come try to take my spot." And I'm like, is this how you get a debate with Chill? You gotta be disrespectful, or like what's the word? Do I gotta beat Ox, then beat Elder, and then beat another person with PC just to get opportunity? Or what's the deal? Like I don't know.
What I want to know is what's the allure with me? I'm not like the heavyweight champ, but I ain't ducking the smoke neither. It's just a lot of times, it's like Floyd and Pacquiao. Floyd wasn't scared of Pacquiao. Pacquiao wasn't scared of Floyd. It just didn't work for a long time. But when they finally got in the ring, you saw what it was. You saw what it was. It wasn't like Floyd was scared of Pacquiao. Pacquiao was scared of Floyd. It just didn't work for a long time. And a lot of times with us, it's going this way or that way. But how many times I got you up here right now? I got you up here right now.
Oh no, we go back and forth. Remember, Chill. Remember our first back and forth. Whether or not John Stockton was the top 5 point guard. Whether or not how underrated Havlicek is in comparison to Scottie Pippen. We go back and forth all the time, Chill, but it was never on a big stage. And the allure of it, Chill, to quote the great Roy Jones Jr., when you want to be the best, and you see a person that's perceived as the best, you want to beat the best. That's all that is, Chill. Like, I've seen you on uncut hoops. I've seen you on plethora of panels and social media platforms cooking everybody. I just want to be the best, Chill. That's all that is. Like, I don't see what's the big deal.
I don't see what it is neither, man. Like I said, if when the opportunity presents itself, it will. Don't you worry about that. Do not.
You know what that means, Ox?
Now remember, Big Ox, he a New York dude. So New York dudes, New Jersey dudes, they ain't really that patient. It's like, yo, let's go. What's the problem? Here we go.
Well,
what's going on?
This the thing, Chill. Sturdy, no, I've been searching him. I've been seeking Sturdy. And then after the events of last month, leave it at that, I got some real smoke for Sturdy right now. It's my life. I will avenge the events of Black Friday. It's my life's goal to bury Sturdy. So with that, but with that being said, though, Sturdy, I do got to reschedule this Saturday. I got a work event. We're hosting an event up in Seattle. Yeah, hosting an event up in Seattle. The mayor's coming, so I can't miss that. But no doubt. I'll catch you the following weekend, though.
In the words of Steven Jackson, I'll catch you in traffic. I will.
No doubt.
No, it's no problem, Ox. You know what it is. It's all love. But I already got Ox. What I was trying to set a record. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Ox showed up on this Saturday, I would have 4 opponents with 6 different topics. And so I you know what I'm saying? I just want to challenge myself, Chill, because it's kind of getting a little too easy, man. Like I'm trying to I'm trying to really set the precedence around here. But last thing before I go off, man. Here's a good question. If for y'all, right? If you had to be the GM from this season to the next 5 years, right? Which of these three teams do you want to be a GM for? They call you, hey, chill, we got a GM spot for you. Which of these teams you picking for? You ready? You got the Rockets, you got Orlando, you got OKC.
Oklahoma City.
Why is that?
With the young talent that they have, the rookies that they have, or the money that they have on the books, these guys still on rook contracts, and the upside of those young guys, Jalen Williams, SGA, the big fella Chet, the young fella Jalen, the other young fella Jalen Williams, Lou Dort, and the draft picks that they have, the draft capital that they have. Oh man, you can definitely
they got like 30 picks.
You can definitely build something incredible with that. So I think of any team's upside, it's Oklahoma City.
What you think, Docs? What franchise you picking?
Between OKC, Houston, and Orlando?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think they got a better duo. I don't think people are gonna like me saying this, but I think Franz and Paolo are both better than Chet. And
that's not too bad.
And you know what? And to be honest, they're not too far off SGA either.
All right, Ox, you could have just popped. You could have just stopped right there. Like, chill. He saw the yellow light. Chill. He saw the yellow light. He wanted to press put the gas.
What I'm saying is SGA is obviously the best player of these four that we're talking about, right? But it's not like, the gap isn't like these dudes can't be on the same court as SGA. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I feel about it. Like, SGA is the best player of that four, but those two are on his ass, and they're only getting better.
All right. Absolutely. No, thanks for that, y'all. But like, y'all like, share, subscribe, bro. This high level hoops talk is free. Thanks for having me on, y'all.
Yes, sir.
All right, starting.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Big Ox, I gotta take a look at my list again, and I gotta figure out where I'm putting Tyrese Halliburton, because I think I got him too high. I do.
You want me to pull it up right now? You want to move some things around?
Pull that up, because I think I got him a little bit too high.
Okay.
To have him at 14, I can see
it. Is that big? Okay, y'all can see. Okay.
To have him at 14, no, I'm definitely a prisoner of the moment there.
Okay, you see, there goes Tyrese at 14. We got Zion, Cat, Jamal. So do you want to like switch him out with one of these guys, or are you saying okay? So who? What are we thinking about? What are we looking at here?
Leonard.
So put Kawhi at 14 and Tyrese at 19.
No. Take Leonard out.
Okay.
Yeah, Leonard goes out. Tyrese goes to 19, which means that I got to put somebody else in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move Ant up to 14. I'm going to move. I'm actually going to put Fox at. No, I'm not going to put Fox at 15. No, I'm not, because I can't put him in front of. Jaylen Brown.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put Trae Young in front of Jaylen Brown. I am.
At 15.
Yes, I am going to put Trae Young in front of Jaylen Brown. Yes, I am. Mm-hmm. I got caught. I was definitely a prisoner of the moment with Tyrese Halliburton. My fault. Y'all got me. That was my fault.
Y'all, so here's the new list. Fault. Just some slight revisions. Nothing too major. Mm-hmm. But we do got Tyrese down at 19. Ice Trae on the list. He made it. Number 15. Jaylen Brown still 16, but Ant-Man moves up to 14. Kawhi Leonard is out of there. So Kawhi went from 19 to off the list.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how we're keeping it, Chitchat? No Kawhi on this list.
Yes. And yep. Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, y'all seen it here.
Yes, sir.
Oops, one right. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see who we got back here. Nick, what's up?
What up?
What's good, fellas? What's good?
What up? What up? What up?
Oh, you wilding with Trae Young right now. Oh, you wilding. You wilding, Joe. Yeah, you are.
I'm not.
You are. Mr. No Defense Trae Young, you mean? That man is a
liability.
He probably can guard me. I could probably get buckets on Trae Young.
And Luka
I'll probably get buckets on Trae Young.
Yep.
Come on now.
Luka playing at an all-league defensive level too. Huh, give me a break.
Yo, Nick, how many in an NBA
Luka
game you play?
overrated.
Let's say
He's not as good.
Hey
as
Nick,
people
let's
think.
say in the NBA game, Nick, you play 28 minutes and Trae Young is your primary defender. How many points are you putting on Trae Young's head?
You saying anything now? Now I'm talking about in the actual game.
I'm saying in the game. How many points you giving Trae?
I'm going straight down to that block. He's not blocking my turnaround fadeaway because I'm 6'3", and
Okay.
I know ball, and I know angles, and I know how to feel defenders. Like Jordan told Kobe, feel him with your legs. He's not blocking my turnaround fadeaway.
What about 16? Nick, you giving Trae 16?
Nah, not 16. I'm gonna be humble.
You can't score on him though. That's what you're saying. You definitely can score on him.
I'm definitely. Hell yeah, I'm scoring on him.
Let's call it 13. Let's just call it 13. You know what I'm saying? You get a couple free throws.
175. I'm 6'3", 195.
Yeah, he's gonna foul you a couple times. You get to the free throw line, you got 13.
Exactly.
But what's the deal though, Nick?
He's not expecting that left hand too. He's not expecting. I'm gonna hit him with a couple fadeaways, and then the left hand coming out. But what's up, fellas?
This is the logic that I've been saying for such a long time. Y'all dudes have no idea how good these dudes really are.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm trolling, bro. Trae
For real, yo. Just want to make sure we clear. He would destroy you, B. He would absolutely destroy you.
Real shit. He's probably stronger than me. Low key.
Way back.
He's probably stronger than me, but
yes.
Trae Young is certified, bro. But he should not be top 15 in the league, bro. He's not top 15 in the league.
Wow, B. You wow.
Nah. He's definitely not top 15 in the league.
We talking about a dude over the last 3 years, 28, 11, and 4, something like that. Don't get me wrong, he takes a lot of wild shots and throws his unit off the track, but his team is in the playoffs consistently.
He's a liability defensively.
Even if he is, so is Luka.
But Luka's at least 6'7", and he could bend down
that makes it worse. That makes it actually worse. The fact that Luka can defend. He's bigger. That makes it actually worse. No,
it's not, because he's more versatile defensively. You could put him on a 2, you could put him on a 3 or a 4, and he can get down. He can get down.
But
and
here's
do
the
dirty
difference,
work
though.
down there.
But the difference with that is that you could put him on those guys, and what are you going to get out of Luka? Nothing, because you've seen Luka defend. There's no ability. There's no part of him that's going to recover once he gets beat. He gets rebounds, but he'll rebound, which I dig that as a 6'7" guy. He's actually been playing better defense this year, but all that is that you just suck less than you did last year. That's all. That's all Luka is.
Real quick though, I want to let y'all know I'm all aboard the Ant trade. He is going to be in the discussion for best player in the league after this year. We haven't even seen the best of Ant yet. I just think this kid is really generational, and I think what the main key is, he wants to be great. His mentality. He ain't like with the whole resting stuff, like his stance on that, bro. Like, he playing hurt. You know that man playing hurt. He thugging it out.
Hurt. Everybody plays hurt. Everybody playing hurt.
These dudes soft nowadays, Joe. Don't get me started.
Not all of them. Not all of them.
They coddled. They soft.
No, not all of them. Mm-mm.
Yeah, most of them are, Chill.
Not all of them.
Most of them are. That's what, and that yes, a lot of them are not as coachable as they are now back in the day. It's coachability, being able to actually accept, hey, you were wrong. You could do this better. You know what I mean? Kids is coddled nowadays.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Hey, Ox, real quick, how wild is it that y'all really had De'Aaron and Hallie, bro?
Say that last part. You went out. How wild is it that we had De'Aaron and oh yeah, he did. Yes, they did. Big Ox. How wild is that?
It's not too crazy. I mean, it happens a lot. I think it happens more often than we like to acknowledge. But
the Knicks had
that was a good thing.
The Knicks had Ross Strickland and Mark Jackson. The Denver Nuggets had Joker and Nurkic. I mean,
what the Mavericks and the Suns had Nash and Kidd.
Yep. Nash and
it
Jason
happens,
Kidd.
but but I mean that was a good thing though. We knew Halliburton was going to be special, and we needed him to be that special. That's why we were able to trade him for Domantas Sabonis. You know what I'm saying? So it's fire.
Who's y'all most underrated player of all time? And then I'm gonna give y'all my answer. I'm gonna be
most underrated player of all time.
Mine's Jamal Mashburn.
Caron Butler.
Mine's Jamal Mashburn.
The most underrated player of all time, Scottie Pippen.
Scottie underrated, really? Yeah. He's a top 10 small forward of all time.
See what you just said? Top 10. No, he isn't. Yeah. No, he is not.
10. He's not a top 10 small forward of all time?
No, he's not. He's a top 5 small forward of all time.
Top 3 if you ask me, but you ain't asking me.
And the majority of people, when they talk about Scottie Pippen, what's the first thing that they say? What's the first thing that people say when they talk about Scottie Pippen?
His defense?
No.
His versatility?
No.
Ball handling?
He played with Jordan. He played with Jordan. That's it. That's the first thing they say about him. He played with Jordan. That's it. They don't talk about the first thing people bring up about Scottie Pippen. He played with Jordan. Forget everything else about his game, which was phenomenal. He played with Jordan. So there you have it, brother. But good to talk to you, Nick. I appreciate you, brother.
Hey, real quick, though, let me just rebuttal real quick. Top 3, top 5. If you want to count career and accolades, sure. If we're talking as a sheer basketball player, he's definitely not top 3 small. No, if we're counting everything, his career and accolades, absolutely, I'm with you. 6 titles, can't take that
just
away.
So you know his skills and being a basketball player is what has him in that conversation. Just so you know, we talk about a sheer basketball player. That's what got him in that.
This ain't about Bron. Let's not turn this into a Bron. Let's not turn this into a Bron argument.
No, Bron.
Appreciate you, Nick. Though we still got people in the lobby. We only got about 15 minutes left, so we got to keep it moving. Appreciate you, though.
Brother. Good to talk to you, my man.
Safety.
All right, fam. Appreciate you. Catch us on Saturday, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's see who we got next.
That's wild to me. That's definitely wild to me. So, yo, what up?
Peace. What's good, Chill? Peace, Ox.
What up?
What's going on?
Nothing.
What's
much.
up, brother?
Chill. How do you do this? First of all, you knew I was showing up. That's why you took Kawhi off the top 25. You knew I was about to pop up on the screen.
No, that wasn't it. I got caught up in the prisoner of the moment logic. That's what it was with Tyrese. And then I saw my list, and I thought about what Leonard has done over the last couple of years. But then I'm thinking, my man, I can't have you on the list when you're not available, and then turn around and have Jaylen Brown over De'Aaron Fox when he's not available. No, I can't do that. So, no, you got to come off the list. Absolutely not. No, you have to. But I got caught up. I was definitely a prisoner of the moment with Tyrese, and I got snapped back to reality. Yes, I did.
Yeah, and then
I got snapped back to reality.
But then you also knew I was coming because you put Trae Young in there. Trae Young should be there. You already know we discussed.
Well, I was before you showed up. Ox and I were having this conversation. I was already battling with myself about Trae Young and being in the top 20-25. I'd already had that conversation with myself and with him and Tyrese Halliburton specifically. That's what I was thinking. And then it just started to come back. Reality started to snap back in. Like, yo, my man, we talking about a 28-10 guy. What are you doing? All right, don't get me wrong. I know you love Tyrese Halliburton, and I know what you're seeing in the future. But yo, this is 28-10 right here on the regular. This is not just over like the last 10 games or like the last 2 months. No, this dude has been doing this for years. What are you doing? So
and like the casuals say, carrying his team, carrying nothing to the playoffs, beating good teams in the playoffs. On top of that, not like he just makes the playoffs, he actually wins series. So Trae Young is completely underrated. People make fun of him. I guess because of his hair and his voice, but the man could ball. And that guy that showed up talking about he plays no defense. Why do these casuals think every NBA player is supposed to be a two-way player?
You know why? Because it's a narrative. Just so you know, a lot of these dudes, when you listen to them talk, it's other people's logic. That's why when you challenge them on it, you get because they can't defend it because it's somebody else's logic. It's much easier for me to defend my logic because it's what I think, and I can stand on it, as opposed to me your thoughts. I can't defend your logic because that ain't what I think. I'm just regurgitating what you just said. So that's why a lot of these guys, when you hear them talk, it's a lot of narrative from other people. That's why when you press them on it, you get something completely different.
I hear
Go.
That.
Are you saying that NBA stars shouldn't have to play defense?
No,
that's what I just heard.
No.
Please let me know.
Being a two-way player is rare. It's not something that we can just pick out of a box. So when you sitting here thinking somebody as great as Trae Young is on the offensive side should have some defense, like how many players do you think are going to be as great as Trae Young on offense and still be that on the defensive side? And mind you, we're in an era where the offense is just so great. There's so many great players. Look how much trouble Chill is having putting 25 players together. That's how great. So it's hard to play defense. So for you to say Trae Young doesn't play defense, he shouldn't be in the top 15. How many players in the top 10 are going to be two-way players?
I'm not saying he shouldn't have been on the list for his lack of defense, but I do think he needs to put, he should be a better defender. I don't think that being a great scorer is an excuse not to play defense. If I give you 35, you give me 32, and I had 3.
But would you agree with me? The position he plays is the hardest position to actually play defense in today's NBA.
Why not? I mean, why? Because if you're that talented. My thing is these guys that are this talented and have this much ability, this much athleticism or whatever it is, if you got this much ability to put the ball in the hole, how come you can't use that same ability, that same IQ, the same know-how, the same getting to the angles, getting to your spots on both ends of the floor? I don't understand it. You obviously have the physical attributes because you show it on the offensive end.
Yeah, no, because I'm sorry, go ahead.
And I don't expect you, again, I come from an era where you played on both sides of the basketball. And I know that everybody isn't an all-league defender. Right. Yeah. I know that everybody isn't an all-league defender, and I do know that everybody that plays on the defensive side of the basketball can give me effort. And I know you're not going to be Sidney Moncrief. I know you're not going to be Joe Dumars. I do get that. But I care about you giving me effort. You should not get destroyed defensively. That should not happen. I shouldn't be talking about you as one of the discrepancy between your offense and defense shouldn't be that huge. It shouldn't be that big.
But again, like I said, that's why the two-way player is such a rarity in basketball. When you find a guy that's elite on both sides of the ball, it's not going to be something you find rare. It's funny because people like Stephen Curry, Luka, you guys mention all the time. Even Joker is mentioning somebody that's not really good on the defensive side. But my counter to that would be the other guy on the other side. When he has the ball, he has that same tenacity, that same skill, the same ability on offense. So when I'm trying to guard him, even though I'm Trae Young, I'm still got to guard Jamal Murray. I still got to guard De'Aaron Fox. I still got to guard Garland. I still got to guard guys who can go left to right quickly, guys that can pull up from 30. I'm not the only one.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Which is fair.
Yeah.
What I will say though is, and my counter to that is, when you're that good offensively, there is, the word I'm looking for is, there's an exception. Magic was that good offensively. That was an exception. That he didn't have to be that great defensively. He was good. Magic was average as a defender. He wasn't. So when I got guys like Luka, and it also matters too, the era that we play in, a lot of these guys don't play defense. That's the problem that I have with giving these guys passes. So when we talk about guys like Luka, right? We talk about guys like Steph Curry, who actually do play defense. But the fact that you play defense in an era where this is an offensive, basically showcase, the fact that you don't play defense a little better than you should, because there's plenty of guys who played in eras where it was awesome offensively. I mean, Magic having to go against John Stockton and Isaiah Thomas and Pat Lever and all of those guys. The fact that he did have to play defense, because there is no excuse for, well, this guy is just so good offensively that I don't have to play defense. I'm just going to cook him back. No, that's not an excuse. I'm not buying that.
Well, you guys act like he hardened now. He ain't hardened now. He's not hardened.
And that's the other.
Act like he's hard now. Listen, I'll give you guys that. But before I go, so you guys can get on with the show. The thing about the playing, I love it. All right, you brought up a great fact about it not needing anything additional than it being a tournament and having a cup and an MVP. Now, I believe now there's a tournament team, so there's going to even be an all-tournament team. Again, the tournament games mattered for you to make the playoffs. They were regular season games. So it mattered for your playoff chances. All the teams that won the cup or were the wild card are top 8 in the playoffs right now in their conferences. So these are actually playoff teams that are figuring out their way to win, building chemistry, building continuity. So it was great what the NBA did. They could tweak it a little bit, but I love the ideas with the courts, the uniforms. Maybe they should just make it a tournament for 3 weeks, like I said, and don't have no other games, but just the tournament games. But still, the players cared. And if you are an NBA fan, you should care. It was actually great. And don't let Goat James run off with the first NBA Cup. That's the last thing I got to say.
Hey, that's going to be trouble. You're going to have some people that's going to It's gonna be some people, boy. Hey,
wait, I'll hand his haters something better. Him losing in the final cup will be something for y'all to be glorifying as well. Because y'all he can't get it done. He can't get it done. He can't get it done. I appreciate it, fellas.
Yes, sir.
All right, go. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay, we got one more. Last but certainly not least, we got Mookie.
Mook, what up?
What up, Chill?
What up?
What up? Hey, Chill. I was gonna come in for some other things, but I heard you say Scottie Pippen is a top 5 small forward. Who's your top 5 small forwards all time?
James, Bird, KD, Doc, Scottie Pippen.
How is Scottie Pippen better than Kawhi Leonard all time, Chill?
How is he better than him all time? He was a better all-around player, and he played longer. He was more durable. He was a better defender. Not only was he a better defender, Scottie Pippen as a scorer, I don't think he was as good a scorer as Kawhi Leonard, but I think he was a great scorer. I think he was just a better all-around player than Kawhi Leonard was. He was a better distributor. He was a better rebounder. He did it more in the postseason, and he was more durable. All of that stuff.
First of all, he didn't do it more in the postseason because when Kawhi Leonard was in his peak in his prime, he cleared Scottie Pippen as a two-way player in the postseason. That's not even close.
Yes,
he cleared.
Are you sure?
Yes, clears him as a scorer, clears him as a shooter, clears him as a shot creator, clears him as a
everything that you just said. Everything that you just said before you go any further. Everything that you just said: shot creator, scoring. That's it. Keep going.
Okay, cleared him as a post player, cleared him as a finisher in the paint. Not only that, defensively, Kawhi in his prime and his peak defensively was anchoring some all-time great defensive units. Scottie Pippen had Dennis Rodman. He had Michael Jordan. He had great elite level defenders around him, especially in his goddamn prime as well. Not only that, you got to take into account that Kawhi Leonard is in an era where it's very, very hard for you to be a great defender because the amount of offensive schemes that have been developed, amount of all-time great offensive players that have come forward, the amount of they didn't had hand checking in this area as well, and the fact that Kawhi Leonard was in his prime, his peak was, picking at one of the greatest wing defenders of all time. To sit there and say Scottie Pippen is better than Kawhi when Kawhi is the number one and has led a team to the finals, has led a team to a championship, has put up historical playoff runs. What is Scottie Pippen best playoff run comparable or resemble to what Kawhi has done in 2019, bro?
I'm glad you brought that up, Mook. I'm glad you brought that up. What has he done? So just so you know, the 3 years that the Bulls won the NBA championship from 1991 to 1993, Scottie Pippen in the finals. In the Eastern Conference Championship in the finals, he goes almost 20 and 10, all 3 of them years. And this is a guy at number 2, right? So when you're talking about a guy in Kawhi Leonard who got on a team that was already ready-made to win, those 2 things are completely different. Who was ready-made? There was already ready-made to win, that Toronto team. They won 59 games before Scottie Pippen, before
in a
Kawhi
week
Leonard got on that
conference.
So then that. What's your argument? Because he ended up getting to the finals in the Eastern Conference.
No,
add that to the fact that you talk about Scottie Pippen being on a crew. You talk about Scottie Pippen being on a crew with Dennis Rodman and Michael Jordan. Kawhi Leonard played with Tim Duncan. What are you talking about?
A washed-up Tim Duncan was not even in his prime.
I'm sorry, and if I'm not mistaken, the year that they lost,
Kawhi was the anchor.
The year that they lost in the NBA Finals in 2013, Tim Duncan was first team all defense, not second or third. First team all defense. Now, we're going to talk about. Let's talk about Scottie Pippen as an all-around player. Let's talk about Scottie Pippen being interchangeable. Let's talk about Scottie Pippen on the defensive end. Let's talk about Scottie Pippen on the offensive end, being the distributor that he was, being the playmaker that he was, being the point of attack man that he was, being versatile and picking up half court like he did with Mark Jackson in 1998 in the Eastern Conference Finals in 1998, or dealing with Magic Johnson, or dealing with Scottie Pippen, or absolutely being on the basketball in the triangle offense, making that offense flow the way it was. He's not primarily a scorer, even though during those playoff runs with Michael Jordan, with the volume of shots that Michael Jordan had, he still was averaging 20 a game. He did that 3 times with Jordan. So when I think about a guy in the postseason, when I think about a guy in the regular season and the postseason, when I think about a guy on the offensive and defensive side of the basketball with Kawhi Leonard winning the Defensive Player of the Year, he's going up against DeAndre Jordan, Draymond Green, Hassan Whiteside to win the Defensive Player of the Year. Meanwhile, Scottie, I'm glad you brought that up because meanwhile, Scottie Pippen is finishing third to David Robinson and Hakeem Olajuwon. He's finishing second behind.
I didn't bring up DPOY.
Those are the guys.
That's my point. My point is to sit there.
We're talking about a guy in Kawhi Leonard. We're talking about a guy in Scottie Pippen who played at that level for years.
All right, let me say this. First of all, I didn't bring up DPOYs because that's even further my case of why Kawhi is just better than Scottie Pippen. Not only that, bro, you keep on talking about Scottie Pippen dropping 20 points in the Eastern Conference semifinals, bro. But that's the thing. They was geared to stop Michael Jordan. Scottie Pippen was not a great shooter. He was not an elite scorer, bro. So, like, when teams were geared in to stop Michael Jordan, they was geared in to stop Michael Jordan, bro. They left Scottie Pippen off open routinely in multiple key series as well, bro. So when you sit there and say that Toronto Raptors team was already built, bro, of course, and you referenced it, 59 win games for the Toronto Raptors. They was in the weak Eastern Conference. We talking about the DeMar DeRozan-led Toronto Raptors team. We talking about the Victor Oladipo-led Indiana Pacers team. We talking about a young Boston Celtics team. These are the competitions they had to win up against the Eastern Conference. Milwaukee hadn't developed yet. Giannis Antetokounmpo hasn't developed to that great player yet. Like when 17, 16, and 18 during those years. When Kawhi Leonard got to that Eastern Conference, right, that team in the conference got significantly better. We talking about the Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Jimmy Butler-led 76ers team was in that conference. We talking about the 60-win Milwaukee Bucks in that team in that conference as well. We talking about the Boston Celtics team as well with Kyrie Irving in that conference as well. So when LeBron James left that Eastern Conference, right, when you just sit there and say it was a ready-made team, even though they were still good and they was winning games, they was not championship caliber. So when Kawhi got to that team, that was a championship caliber team, and he led the team in his first year in that tough stack Eastern Conference to an NBA champion by putting up the historical run. You cannot compare. Hold on. You can't compare that to a number one whose teams are geared to stop him. They're looking at the scouting report and say, you know what? We're stopping Kawhi Leonard. When they're looking at the scouting report, they're looking at, we're not worried about Scottie Pippen off his end, even though he's good and he can bring you that value. We're worried to stop Michael Jordan, bro. So like I said, Kawhi peaked as a better scorer, peaked as a better shot creator. His playmaking ability was really, really great as well. He was a better defender, in my opinion, as well. And he was a better playoff performer than Scottie Pippen. He reached the highest height, something that Scottie Pippen would dream to wish as a number one option, because we've seen Scottie Pippen as a number one option. He got put out the second round. We've seen Scottie Pippen when he was out of his prime with Portland, got put out as well, and didn't even have remotely close to what the playoff run Kawhi Leonard had. Because you know why? He is the number one. He's been a better scorer. He's led his team to deep postseason run. He's anchored a defensive unit as well. And while being a great scorer as well, while being more efficient, while being a better shooter, he's just better than Scottie Pippen. It's not even close, bro. Because as a number one, we see what he can do. Imagine if I put Kawhi Leonard on the Bulls team. What you think he would be doing with the Michael Jordan Bulls? They probably went 10 freaking straight. Come on, man. You don't have no case of Scottie Pippen be better than Kawhi.
Everything that you just really quick, Big Ox, everything that you just said, you're tripping over yourself. 1 minute you just told me that the Eastern Conference was weak, and then you tell me that when Kawhi Leonard gets there, the Eastern Conference is tough. Even though he only so it got strong when the best player in the league left the Eastern Conference. That's number one. Number two, it got strong. He only played in the Eastern Conference one season.
And that one season was stronger than any season in 16 and 17. You had the 60-win Milwaukee Bucks team. You had the super team, Joel Embiid 76ers team. This is what we see at Chitchat. You had multiple teams that can actually make deep postseason.
Unfortunately, fellas, I gotta cut this debate off. It's
man, come on, bro. I was in my bag, man.
Y'all got me on the ropes with this one. Y'all know I'm a big fan of both of these guys. So y'all got me thinking. Man, I still know. You know how I go to Mookie though. We over time and they texting me. So
Mook.
Oh yeah.
Be easy, brother. I know where to find you.
Appreciate you pulling up though, fam. Check us out on Saturday. Sir. All right, let's see. Let's get through these super chats real quick.
Sir. What we got?
I know we'll never miss no super chats. We got one from Green says, "Chill, Ox. Any dark horse coming out of the East?"
Orlando. You get to the bottom of that right now.
Wait, chill. Orlando's a dark horse to do what exactly?
First of all, be a top 5 seed and make some noise in the Eastern Conference play.
Noise like second round. Get to the second round.
They may, depending on who they see. Like I told you before, like I said, Big Ox, how you feel about New Orleans in the first round? If I'm the Boston Celtics and we got Orlando in front of us, I hate that. I don't dislike that. I hate it.
Hate it. The GOAT, Angie Carr. Do you respect players that don't play both sides?
Do you respect players that don't play both sides? Well, it's a different era. I don't respect them as much as I respect guys who play on both sides of the basketball.
Mm-hmm.
So as good as Luka is, as good as Curry is, as good as I think these guys are, if I got a guy that plays on the defensive side of the basketball, like Jordan, like James, I hold those guys in a higher regard. That doesn't mean I don't respect those guys. I hold those other guys in a higher regard.
Yeah, if you don't play no defense, I don't respect your hoop game. I can't. The GOAT, Angie Carr, back to back. The fact that being a two-way is not the norm is wild.
It is wild, y'all, because I mean, if you're talking about being great, that's what the great players did. That's why you dig Scottie Pippen so much, Big Ox.
100%.
Because how good he was on both sides of the basketball.
Mm-hmm.
For that reason right there.
100%. Well, those are the end of the Super Chats. We got through everybody in the lobby. We got through Chill's top 25 players at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Hell of a show. We got some good games on tonight. Definitely want to check those out. You know which game I actually want to? I believe it's Rockets OKC. I think that's the game I'm going to be very intent on tonight. Is that game?
Okay,
right there.
I'll check out the schedule. Yes, sir. I'll definitely check the schedule out. So until then, drink some water, put a suit on, don't drink and drive. Call your mother, man. Call your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Until then, take it light, but take it.
All right, y'all.